10 core elements of effective real estate investing. The contrasts and comparison of the 10 core elements of effective real estate investing. When looking for the right way to invest, profit is just one factor to consider. While it is an essential factor, far too many investors regard it as the most important, contributing to poor decisions. Any contrast, process, or plan must consider these 10 good investment core elements of effective real estate investing to make wise investment decisions. The following 10 are the core elements of real estate investing. Number 1 is time. Does the property require the least amount of time? Number 2, capital. How much capital is required by this investment? Number 3, the effort. Is the investment requiring the least amount of effort? Risk. How big is the risk? How can you minimize the risk? The value. Does this investment provide enough value for all the parties involved? Number 6, market condition. Is the investment going to be safe and secure in any market condition? Number 7, multiple income streams. Will the investment provide various multiple income streams? Number 8 is profits. How good are the profits? Are there enough profits to satisfy all the parties involved? Number 9 is one of the most important and frequently ignored by amateur investors or starting investors, is the safety of the principal. Is the capital that you're investing into the property safe and secure? Number 10, guaranteed return. Is the investment going to give you sufficient returns? Sufficient means guaranteed good returns. When I started working on the ALP system, I searched for the quickest but safest way to make money after considering these other factors, key factors. I wanted a system that would generate me the most money without the risks. I don't care how lucrative a future opportunity is. If it's hazardous, it's risky, I'm not interested. When the market turns, a strategy that made you a lot of money in the hot market could very well tank. One word that distinguishes the ALP system from almost every other form of real estate investment is sustainability. Profit-driven strategies and systems can make money in the short term, but they are unsustainable. This holds true for any system that doesn't take into account each of the 10 core elements into the account equally and holistically. Rentals, fix and flip, lease options, rent to own, speculative construction, equity leveraging, panic sales, including short sales and foreclosures, land development, residential development, industrial development, and multi-unit investing are all examples of unreliable real estate. The ALP system is the most long-term real estate investment choice open to most people, even to the budding entrepreneurs or real estate investors. It was developed by researching various real estate investment types, identifying them, integrating all the positive aspects of each, and removing the harmful elements. Combining everything into transparent, streamlined, coherent, replicable, predictable, and secure system. Anyone who follows it correctly can profit from it, so the investors who follow the ALP system can avoid any problems. Let's look individually at each of the 10 core elements to see why they are relevant. Each consideration is followed by a list of questions to consider before making an investment decision. Time. They say time is money in real estate and investing. Does this strategy require as little time as possible? Time. Time is more precious than money. You can make more money, but you won't be able to make more time. Anything from finding opportunity, negotiating contracts, signing them, managing assets takes a lot of experience and time. Not all systems, however, are produced equal. Each type of property has its own time requirements. This is one of the most common blunders I see potential investors make. People get excited about real estate investment possibilities, dive into head first, and then waste a lot of time doing the wrong things or doing the things they shouldn't do. Do it yourself first, and the unwillingness to delegate hinders them, therefore, from optimizing the time. Successful and long-term real estate investing requires learning how to reduce the time commitments while increasing your income. The more time you devote to one single deal contract, the less time you will have to commit to other deals. The speed primarily determines the L system's effectiveness by doing the wrong assumptions, using the appropriate tactics and knowledge, and free up time and resources. You can realize it with speed. In other words, you must use the correct method carried out by the right people in a proper manner to be effective in real estate. You should ask yourself about time. Would this investment take a lot of time? Is there a way for me to cut down the time I'll spend on each transaction? How can I make the most of other people's time, skills, and efforts while handling those investments responsibly? Capital. How much capital is required? Do I have that much capital available for this project? Does this strategy require the least amount of capital possible? Capital. They say capital makes the world go around. Capital is a must for real estate investing. Without capital, investing in real estate becomes minimal. Money opens the door to many opportunities, and we must learn how to access capital as real estate investors. We must learn also how to access other people's money, which is called OPM, and later trainings will teach you how to access OPM. Questions to ask yourself about capital. How much capital is needed in purchasing the property, the closing costs, etc.? Will there be any capital needed for renovations? How much investment capital is needed? How long the capital is going to be locked in? When I'll be able to access my capital? Is my capital safe and secure? So these are the questions that you should be asking. Effort. How much effort does this investment require? Does this strategy require the least amount of effort? Making an effort. A good work ethic can be seen as both a strength and a flaw. I met many people who pride themselves as being hard workers, but working hard sometimes gets into the way of working smart. When results do not meet the standards, these hard workers and these hard-working investors are prone to burn out, as your real estate investment plan is based on a lot of hard work, not the intelligence. A person's assertion of energy does not imply that he or she is generating actual value. If that were the case, you could shovel holes in your backyard and become a millionaire simply by doing so. Developing real estate strategy requires extensive capital, which is commonly wasted on many fix and flippers, for example, are unaware of the distinction between the market value and the perceived value. Waste a lot of time, money, and effort on cosmetic upgrades, and that do not add to the market value. On the other hand, the ALT system captures consumer value without spending too much time, money, and effort. I once met a man who invested in 14 properties in a city 3 hours away from his home. After about a year of 6 hours commute daily, he began to burn out and sold the land and even the properties, even though it was profitable. He learned that the benefit is not only a factor when considering it when investing. For the firm investor, it's very compelling to buy a house or property. Before you begin the process, we advise you to become very familiar with your local. When purchasing an investment property, put yourself into the shoes of your potential tenants or buyers. You should buy a house or property with plenty of room to grow and play. Keep in mind the safety protocols like ponds and other water bodies near the house or steep stairs are out to be safe for you and your potential clients. You have to consider how much capital is needed, how much effort is needed. Question to ask yourself about effort. Would this investment necessitate a lot of amount of time and effort? What can I do to lessen my effort? Would the benefits I get outweigh the effort required to obtain them? Is this sustainable? Can I manage at this level of effort for an extended period of time, or will I burn out? Risk. Does this strategy minimize the risk involved in this investment? There are various types of risks. So when considering the risks, you have to consider all different types of risks. You have probably heard the saying, in order to earn profits, you must be willing to take on more risks. Do you believe you have to choose between being cautious, low return strategy or risky, high return strategy? The typical investing practices, high return means high risk investing, low returns mean low risk investing. The cliche is a hoax practiced by organizations and individuals who have vested interests, who hope to bypass their risk to you by compelling you to take on more risk. With high risk investments, you can make a lot of money, but it's so likely to lose a lot of money as well. This is the kind of life you want to lead. Would you rather be worried or be confident about your investment decisions? When done correctly, real estate investment is both secure and highly profitable. With the ALP system, high returns equal low risk. It does necessitate a greater level of control and involvement than the conventional investing. However, it is possible every day our clients demonstrate this. Risk mitigation is one of the fantastic advantages of the ALP system. I'll give you an example. On one of our recent deals, one of our investment properties, the buyer tenant couldn't complete the house purchase. It came to that the down payment they had made on the house would be enough to just cover a handful of mortgage payments. Fortunately, we could locate new tenants within the month and so reserve the amount to cover all the mortgage payments. The new tenant buyers could put up more money to develop the equity right away. They were wonderful to work with and made the changes to the houses as they worked towards the ownership. We would provide with them to become the future owners. This method significantly reduces the risk for all parties involved, including the tenants. To minimize the risk and increase certainty, I try to do all I can. I want to have faith in my ability to make money on each investment without taking the risks. Therefore, I don't invest in RSPs, 401ks, IRAs, or any other similar vehicle which are far too risky because we have no or little control. That's why I avoid all forms of real estate speculations where I don't have much of a control. Surprisingly, the L system generates higher, more reliable returns than any other strategy in real estate investing while lowering the risks. Given how much we are told high risk equal to high reward, this cannot be more counterintuitive. On the other hand, the L system real estate becomes the second-hand nature once you begin to understand it and apply it. Question to ask yourself about risk. Is this investment risky? What are the chances of failure or success? Does this investment come with any guarantees? Is this collateralized investment? Have I well thought out the exit strategy? What are my choices if anything goes wrong? What is the best way to reduce my risk as much as possible? Value. Does this strategy create enough value for all the parties involved? Any investment system that is biased and produces win-lose transactions in favor of investors over buyers or tenants will eventually fail. Get-rich-quick schemes based on deceit, coercion are the quickest way to failure, self-destruction, and ruin. The only way to build sustainable wealth, valid and deserving, is to create genuine value for others. In other words, to serve people on their terms. You are in wrong training if you think the only way to make money in real estate is to take advantage of other people's ignorance, paranoia, and greed. Your main goal is to make as much money as possible for yourself. You will only gain a fraction of what you would have otherwise if you had put more effort into helping others. Service to others is a crucial factor in accumulating money. Those who serve the most are the ones who benefit the most. Exploiters can be wealthy short-term, but they lack peace of mind, self-respect, and their fortunes are almost fleeting. Question to ask yourself about value. To what extent does this system strategy benefit others? What could be done to make it more helpful to others? Is this just an equal system? Does it generate a win-lose scenario somehow, shape, or form, or is it a win-win strategy? Does it profit from other people's error, greed, or desperation? Would it improve or worsen the situation of anyone else involved in that transaction? You want to follow golden rule. Anybody who comes in touch with you or your transactions should be left better off than they were before they met you. Market conditions. Does this strategy work in any market condition? If the market goes up or if the market goes down or it stays stagnant, will this strategy still work? Market unpredictability. Anyone who believes it's difficult to make a profit from real estate in a declining or stagnant market is misinformed. As I see it, you have invested a lot of time, and if you devote so much time to researching, understanding money and resources and energy in something, that will eventually or inevitably break down due to outside forces. Why would not you want to do something else? Why would you want to be slave of the markets? Of course, nobody wants insecurity or mortality, but most people have no idea how to achieve it through their investment. They believe that diversification and dollar cost averaging are the key to financial stability as they are taught in the mainstream media. The implication is that you cannot do anything to manage your investments when you are vulnerable to the market events. The best way to diversify your holding is to invest in various products, hope and pray that they don't crash simultaneously. When investors don't know what they are doing, they need a lot of diversity. The health system is profitable without relying on market appreciation. What the market does is virtually meaningless. Most real estate strategies, on the other hand, necessitate property appreciation. Appreciation is viewed as icing on the cake. Buy out for good if it happens, but if it doesn't, it's still a sweet deal. They understand that investing based on appreciation is speculative. In other words, gambling. Individual investors have no leverage over market appreciation. We teach investors how to benefit from it, what they have power over, not what they cannot. Question to ask yourself about market condition. Is the system or strategy applicable in all market conditions? Is it possible for me to benefit from both when the market is doing good or when it's falling? How well am I? How safe am I in the market volatility? How much lower does the market value have to go before I'm negatively impacted? Do I have a long-term profit plan if the price drops or market drops so that it would hurt me? What is the size of my investment market? Is it a global market or a niche one? Multiple income stream. Does this investment or strategy provides me multiple income streams? Or is the income coming from one or two sources only? Building multiple income streams is essential to replace your full-time income as a real arse of real estate investing. Before you jump, continue to look for good advice. When you are buying any investment property, the risk of investment decreases with the increase in the income streams. Multiple income streams provide added security and buffer against all the risks. Question to ask yourself about multiple streams of income. Does this property create multiple streams of income? How many income streams does it have? How solid are those income streams? How big are those income streams? How sustainable are those income streams? Profit. Does this strategy on investment create enough profits for all parties? Remember, it has to be win-win. Nothing is more accurate than the adage, buy low, sell high. This cannot be any more true in any market situation. Distressed owners exist in every single market, even in the hot or cold market, buyer market, seller market. Distressed owners are distressed not because of their property, but they are distressed because of their situation. Distressed owners often sell their property at less than the market value, leaving you with an excellent opportunity to buy and resell at a marked up price. If you want to turn in a profit in the real estate market, turning discounted property is the way to go. There is no guarantee that everyone will succeed in real estate. Make sure you follow the steps taught in our trainings, and your home will achieve the best possible price at the top. Questions to ask about profits. What are the anticipated investment profits? How much profits can be expected? When will those profits be realized? Are there any walk-in profits or walk-in equity? Principal security. Is your principal safe? Is your capital investment safe? Historically, real estate is the solid way of building equity, but economic downturns reduce home values. For example, now COVID-19 pandemic, lenders have tightened their lending criteria. Buyers are less likely to get a mortgage unless they have 20% down payment because the lenders are looking for security. While the average prospect buyer finds it hard to buy a house, the present market situation offers investors tons of options. If you can purchase a home that needs minor repairs or cosmetic repairs at a low price, you can resell that home at a higher price once the work is done on the market. Buying at 15% low. The market price provides an added security to preserve the capital invested, and it provides a buffer against a drop in market dips and provides extra added security for the capital. Questions to ask yourself about principal security. Is the capital protected against losses? Is there enough equity to protect against dips? Is there any other added security to protect your investment capital? Guaranteed returns. If this strategy somehow guarantees any good returns on my investment, are there any safeguards for the returns? Well, it's never a simple process to purchase a home or investment property. It doesn't have to be especially difficult. As long as you are doing the research and obtaining the right help, you should have a good time finding a place of your dreams or your investment properties. Often investors who prioritize profit over all other considerations are more likely to spend money as quickly as they earn. They have to keep making money to sustain their lavish lifestyles, perpetuating the cycle. We want to make real estate investing and the real estate money sustainable, reliable, predictable. We may not have the highest return on our investments. While all other factors are taken into account, our strategy, ALP strategy, gets the best returns. Questions to ask for guaranteed returns. Are the returns guaranteed? Is there any collateral to safeguard the returns? What is the collateral for the guarantees? Are the returns expected no matter what? Are they good returns? And within what time frame are the returns expected?